Go Raven, the Blazing Eurasian, representing BrooklynBodega.com, Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival, and Brooklyn Bodega Radio. I'm here with a branch of DITC, AG, OC. This is like amazing stuff. I mean, we talk about this. I saw you or met you probably like a year ago or so. You obviously a few months ago. One of those things where you're kind of like, oh, I grew up on you, listen to your music. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm here with you, peers and whatnot. We want to know. I mean, I know people have been asking you this. This is obviously a much awaited album. Why did it take so long for you guys to decide to do this collabo together?
I mean, for me, it was organic. We actually did a song on my third album called Weed and Drinks.
Right.
And A basically came up with the concept because, as y'all know, if y'all know him, he's the chiefer, and I'm a drinker. Well, I don't drink like I used to, but the whole premise was Weed and Drinks he came up with, and I was kind of stuck on the beat. And he came up with the idea, and we just did it right there. He was high, I was high, I had contact, I had my drink, and it was done.
So we always looked at that song. We got a lot of feedback on that song at shows they want to perform that song. So we always said, like, dang, man, we're doing a whole album with this type of chemistry. Our styles contrast, but that makes a good chemistry at the end when they come together.
Right. So, and obviously, since that was that chemistry, once again, why did it take so many years for you guys to lace us?
Well, it took Digging in the Crates 10 years to make an album, so I think we're doing all right.
Okay. Touche. Okay. Okay.
We all started off as individual artists that carried the same flag, felt the same way about music. So that's what our bond was. It wasn't necessarily where we just doing some music with each other. You might see us at all each other's shows, but it just wasn't any music being done. And I think that's special in a way as well, because you're not just, because this is my man, we just gonna do a song. So when you hear me and OC come together and make an album, you know, damn, they must really be serious about that album. They wasn't just sitting around saying, oh, let's just do this. This is something that was planned out and something we thought that could happen, and people would be receptive to it. You know what I'm saying? And we needed the right timing for that to happen.
Right, and you talk about the right time, and I've been reading up, watching different interviews and reading stuff, and I read somewhere that you said that, this is something that the people need right now, that they were searching for something in hip-hop, and this is what it is. Explain what is this? What is it that we've been searching for? I know what we've been searching for. Why don't you tell everybody else what they don't realize they've been searching for, or why they're grasping?
I'll say it in one word or two words: good music. A really expounds on it. He really drew me into the idea of, let's just have fun and make records. And, just move from there.
A lot of times artists you build with paint a certain picture of just silver spoon, all glory, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're going to cross artists like ourselves who are here to really relate to the struggle, people in the everyday struggle, letting you know, listen, I've been right there with you. That's what we do. But then, you attain a certain amount of success and you get put in a certain box. And you have to maintain that success. And to do that, you have to keep being competitive with the music that's being put out. And in that process, you can lose what your ultimate goal was and what you did to get there in the first place.
I completely agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? So when you fall back and look at it from a point of view and then say, let's forget if one person buys this album. Forget if it never even comes out.
This is what you feel.
Let's just have fun.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100. A speaks his mind. He's like, we not doing what we basically started out doing. As things progress, you're not gonna make that what people call classic album every time. But he knew, he was saying basically, we got away from what people gravitated toward us for. And can't be mad, even if I'm mad at him saying it or any part of the crew is, the truth is the truth. And he was right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for me to try to make a commercial record on him but that's not what we do. We just making good music like we started out doing. And like you said previously, we started out as individuals. We didn't do the traditional crew thing and then branch off and do the Wu-Tang solo records, stuff like that. We was already soloists and duos. And
Right.
then we
Like the
came
energy,
together
right.
later when we felt like, all right, let's go in and do this record. It took 10 years, like you said.
Right.
But, you know, that was something we did organically, I guess, before the word was popular.
Right. And you know, you talk about obviously taking your time doing your music and you coming back and putting out good music. What do you think, I mean, as artists who've been in the game for a long time, you know what I'm saying, what's different or the same from what you've done before? Now, in Oasis, which is dropping October 27th.
No, it's actually
No?
moved back. We
Move back? No.
November.
November. I was playing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Nah, she was right, but we moved
I was,
back.
you know, I've been promoting it. But you know, what's similar or different?
I mean, for me, as far as feeling, it feels the same as like 93, 94 to me.
Okay.
Because in 92, Soul Clap, Body Group, Runaway Slave,
Right.
it did well. You know what I'm saying? It attained a certain amount of success, critically acclaimed. And then it was like 3 long years before the next album came
Okay.
out. And that 3 long years, you in search, trying to finish off something you started. Right now, my last project has been '06, Get Dirty Radio. And it's been 3 long years
Right.
waiting to put something out, to do
Right.
something that, you know what I mean, I'm very proud of, whatever. So the feeling to me is like the same as back then.
Okay.
And it's like a feeling of wanting to prove yourself.
Right.
I mean, within us, we know what we have and we're very confident. But we want to show the people, like, you know, it's a way to do this music and have some integrity with it.
Right.
And
Okay.
if you do it on a consistent basis, you can tell a story at the end, you know what I mean? The body of work will speak for itself. You know what I'm saying?
And how would you say it's different because with the time, or is it not? Or are you technically taking how you were back then and just putting in 2009?
I mean, we're a bit older and a bit wiser, so we can't make the same things that we did 94, 92, 95, 98. You know, with age comes wisdom, and I think
Real talk.
we just growing with our music.
Right.
And I know some of my favorite artists, I don't like everything they do, but you're not gonna like everything
Right.
they do. And I guess it's a learning process for us where we feel like people might not respond to something that we done in the past. So you get over that hump and you start over, you go back to the drawing board. But like I said, my new motto is going by what Ace said, man, like just do what people gravitate towards you for. And that's what I'm looking towards for the rest of my career.
Right.
Don't make music to try to get on the radio. Don't make music to try to get a hit single. Or
Right.
just do music that people are gonna, you know, it's gonna age with time and it's gonna keep you in the game.
Right. It's about being genuine, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing. Because you know, although I talk a lot, I listen a lot.
That's cool.
You know, I listen a lot.
It's better to have an opinion than not.
Thank you. I eavesdrop, and whenever people talk, and I'm not even trying to like diss ass, but whenever I hear people talking about like the true essence of hip hop, there's without a doubt you guys are always mentioned. And I always think to myself, aside from the fact that you guys are like dope MCs, period, I'm thinking that's because they were real from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you didn't come out trying to be one thing and then reveal yourself later, or vice versa. It was like, here, I'm AG and we'll see this is what I do. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I also think it was like our approach that we took as a collectively. We didn't approach hip hop from the normal.
Right.
Our producers don't just loop records and put them out.
Right.
They want to catch the rare snare that another producer listens to and go, how the hell did you do that?
Right. And Showbiz and Lord Finesse did work on this album.
Yes, for sure. You know what I mean? And all the producers in Digging the Crate specialize in that.
Yeah.
The art of digging, chopping a record to where the
Right.
person who made the record doesn't even notice it.
Right.
We did that on a solo spec with rhymes. With our lyrics, we did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't just want to make the natural, oh, this could rhyme with that. I want to do it a little bit different. So our crew is different.
Right.
Our crew is abstract.
Okay.
And you have to perfect that
Right.
for people to still gravitate to it because it's not part of the program.
Right.
So if you're going to be abstract, you got to be on your game 110%. And for us to be abstract, we weren't on our game 110%.
Right.
We weren't mastering that left shit. And when you do that, you could get caught up in the middle, and that's what happened. But we grab it.
Right.
And if you listen to our Aces, you know, as a person, I don't care if you like it, you don't like it, you're not going to walk away from that album going, they didn't have fun and they didn't love this album.
Right. And
you're going to tell, I love
too.
it right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear it, I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
I pump it in my shit and I'm like...
Yeah, I mean, I think also it's like whether or not, you know, sometimes you talk about MCs